This is the real reason why you cannot lose weight. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show, the show that's dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself. In this week's episode, we're going to be delving into the real reasons why you're struggling to lose weight. However, before we delve into that, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the page. That means you get notified every time we put a new episode out. And if you find this episode helpful, please hit the like button as well. Don't forget, in the captions, you can download our startup guide, which has everything that you need to get started on your health and fitness journey. As well as that, all the links to our social media pages are down below, where we post content every single day, helping you guys become the best version of yourself. And don't forget to join our free community group as well. Link is down below. So the real reason why you cannot lose weight, what is it? Well, first of all, I want to ask you a couple of questions. If I was to ask you, which one of these are going to be better for you when it comes to health and well-being? Is it going to be eating the chocolate bar more often? Or is it going to be eating the apple more often? There's a high likelihood that you're going to tell me that eating the apple more often is going to be more beneficial than eating the chocolate bar more often. Secondly, if I was to ask you, what's going to be more beneficial for you mentally, physically, health-wise? Is it going out for a walk and maybe doing a couple activities a week, whether it's going to the gym, a Zumba class, swimming, or on this side of the coin, sitting on your backside, watching telly and scrolling on your phone? There's a high likelihood you're probably going to say going for some walks, doing some activities is going to be more beneficial for you than sitting on your backside, watching telly and scrolling your phone for your health and well-being, your weight loss, and your general mental health. Now, if I was to ask you, what is more beneficial for your mental health, management of your stress, and overall well-being? Is it having a bath, reading a book an early night, or is it opening up a bottle of wine or cracking open a few beers, cheese and biscuits, and snacking, and basically just drowning your stresses? There's a high likelihood most people would say that this option of maybe an early night, reading a book, having a warm bath is going to be more beneficial for you mentally, as well as physically in the long term, than drinking alcohol and doing that on a regular basis. So if you said this side in terms of the food, the regular movement, and the management of stress is going to be better for your overall health, well-being, and losing some weight, than this side, which is going to be eating the chocolates, sitting on your backside, and drinking the alcohol, then that's telling me that you've got a really good understanding of what you should be doing. So the question isn't not knowing what to do, it's actually understanding what's stopping you from making this better option more often, and why do you keep taking this option? That is the question. We need to actually find our bottleneck. So we're going to try and help you identify what your bottleneck is right now, because for different people, it's going to be different things. But we're going to run through a few of them to help you identify what that is. And then once you identify what it is, you can then start taking action. So the first thing that we need to look out for is our expectations. Are we expecting too much too soon? Are we doing maybe a couple of days of eating healthy, regular movement, and cutting out the alcohol, and expecting to lose 4, 5, 6 pounds every single week? And then when we don't see that, we see all the effort we're putting in and we feel it's not working, so we go, what's the point? I might as well just go and eat the chocolate and be lazy. So it might be we need to realign our expectations. What is a realistic expectation of losing weight and being healthy? Well, I feel for most people it's going to be 1 to 2 pounds per week. And it's about not just celebrating the weight loss, it's about celebrating, are you eating better more consistently? Are you moving a little bit more? And celebrating these wins and giving yourself more confidence in what you're doing. So ask yourself, am I expecting too much too soon, which is leading me to failure? The second question is, am I being too restrictive? Am I just trying to eat healthy 100% of the time? And I'm actually cutting out all the foods I love, and I just can't stick to it. For a lot of people, that is the case. What we need to remember is, whilst eating these more often are going to be more beneficial for us, that is the point. More often, not 100%. So if you fancy a bit of chocolate here and there, do not deprive yourself. have it, move on, and eat more nutritiously more often, majority of the time, and you'll be totally fine. So remember, if you have a piece of chocolate all there, you haven't failed, just get back into regular routine. So is it the all or nothing approach that you're struggling with? Is it that you're an emotional stress eater? So when you have an emotional situation, you're feeling bored, you're feeling sad, you're feeling stressed, are you reaching for the chocolate or the alcohol to give you that instant gratification, to give you that feel-good factor? When in actual fact, we could be maybe utilizing some different coping mechanisms other than the chocolate to help us overcome these emotions and these stresses. So identifying if that is what's holding you back right now. Is it that you have poor boundaries? Do you continuously keep putting your work first, your partner first, your children first? And do you feel selfish if you put yourself first? Remember, putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's selfless. Because if you don't put yourself first, then you're not going to be the best version of yourself. And you're doing everybody else a disservice, the people at your work, your partner, your children, because they're getting a subpar version of you. So remember, if you've got poor boundaries and you keep putting everybody else first and put yourself at the bottom of the pile, you're always going to struggle. So putting yourself first is actually beneficial and selfless because everybody then gets a better version of you. So what I'd love to know is, what is your bottleneck? What is actually stopping you from making the better decision more often? And why do you keep reaching for the poorer decision more often, which is holding you back from reaching your goals? Let me know in the comment section below. And the ones with the most votes, I'll do a dedicated video on helping you guys overcome that. Don't forget, if you're not hit subscribe, hit the like button and let me know your thoughts on today's episode.